skills in problem solving and in innovation. And as already stated, the sector is geared to continue to produce learners with knowledge and skills to deal with current and future challenges, as well as interact with the environment effectively. And that's why I'm very grateful and appreciative, Premier, that we are very innovative partners like Vodacom who really help us to enrich the content in classrooms, but indeed we have to strengthen and up our games if our learners have to be able to achieve the objectives that we have set, or the standards that we have set for them. So fellow South Africans, I'm glad to announce that the Quality Assurance Council, you heard already, UMalusi, which plays a critical role in protecting the integrity of national senior certificate exams, has, after rigorous verification of all examination processes, declared the 2015 NSC exams as free, fair, and credible. And as Minister, if there's any process that really gives us butterflies, is the UMalusi process, I must tell the Chair. That's where we wait for our results. And if they've been declared free and fair and credible, we remain grateful and appreciative. And during the standardization meeting, which was held on the 23rd of December in 2015, UMalusi did commend us as a department for implementing a world-class curriculum and for having presented a comprehensive evidence-based report, as well as having drastically reduced irregularities, especially involving mass copying. We strongly believe that inclusive education, for instance, is one of the areas that we need to constantly report on. We have for the past years included learners with special education needs in tracking learners' performance in the NEC, including our annual national assessments. For instance, this year the number of learners was at 1,691 as compared to 1,320, and we managed to get 308 bachelors from learners with special needs. We got 443 as compared to 308 last year. The diploma passes increased from 637 to 733. And the certificate passes, it moved from 104 to 102. And as I say, on our website, you'll find the speech, because we also, as I say, want to report on the progress that we're making with learners with different special needs. We also are reporting around, because it's been one of the key challenges, the different systems of education, the quintile rank, the no-fee schools and the poor schools. And the 2015 results, the poverty ranking of schools, which is from 1 to 5, revealed very interesting trends also. That the number of learners in no-fee schools increased in 2015. Last year, we had 199,505 learners in poor schools passing, or schools serving learners from poor communities. They've increased from 199 to 280, which is narrowing the gap of learners from poor areas performing, which is an increase of 40.5% increase in those areas, because that's where most MECs have been paying attention to say, let's lift up the bar in poorer schools. And the NEC pass for quintile schools also has increased. It has increased from 106 to 151%, 151,000, which makes 29.8% as a combined increase. But we're also encouraged that we are beginning to see massive improvements from schools serving poorer communities. In terms of bachelor passes, again from poorer or non-fee paying schools, we have more bachelors this year. Last year we had 56,731. This year from no-fee schools we had 84,000 bachelors and 038. Which is a 32.5% increase in terms of bachelors coming from schools serving poorer communities. But also bachelors in your fee-paying schools, they've increased from 50,000 in 2014, and this year we have bachelor passes in your quintile 4 and 5 schools, it's 73,810. But for more, what is more gratifying is the closing of the gap between the schools that serve the poor and the schools that are in affluent areas. You want to know the results, not the rest. Okay, let's get to the results. But before I give you the results, let's talk about districts, because districts are very close to our schools, and they're very important in terms of supporting schools. And we have to say we have 81 districts in the country. 59% of them achieve more than 60%, and unfortunately 29 of them, or 59 achieve more than 60%, and 29 achieve more than 80%. And the district that achieved the highest pass rate in 2015 is Dibeng East. In Gauteng Premier, and followed by Gauteng West at 90.2% as the second. Overberg in the West Coast, in the Western Cape, is Overberg and West Coast at 3 and 4 in the Western Cape, performing at 89.7 and 88.9 respectively, and the Cape Metro, again in the Western Cape. So you have 1 and 2 Gauteng, 3 and 4 Western Cape, 5 Gauteng again. It's Johannesburg South at 87.6, which tied with Ekurhuleni North and Tshwane North, both at 87.6. And the 9th is Johannesburg West at 87.6. And the 10th is Bujanala Platinum in the Northwest at 85.3. We want to congratulate Dibeng. But in the different provinces, for instance, we had Thabo Mofutshanyane leading in the Free State, we had Kraddock leading in the Eastern Cape, we had Umlazi leading in KZN, we had Vembe leading in Limpopo, we have Namakwa leading in Northern Cape, we have Enhlanzeni leading in Mpumalanga. So there are 8 districts that perform below 50%, and 7 of these are in the Eastern Cape, and 1 from KZN. Finally, there are 14 districts that performed between 50 and 59.9%, and can say there's no district in the Western Cape that performed below 80%. The key interventions did focus on improving performance in gateway subjects and supporting underperforming schools and their principals. And these initiatives clearly have benefited learners. The provincial results that I'm going to represent now come in an ascending order. So if I call you first, it means you're last. So if you want to know if you are first, then just keep on hoping that I don't mention you until I'm on the last one. But before we can do that, I really want to thank the provinces that went all the way to support progress learners. And that's why we'll also give a sense of what things could have been if we had not absorbed progress learners. But I'm really grateful and very thankful that we did that, and I do hope that as we move forward, we will be able to support more of them. But let me just give you a glimpse of what it could have been, the achievement of different provinces if we had not supported progress learners. KZN, which was at 67%, even without progress learners, they would have been at 61.6%. So they would have still dropped with 6%. Eastern Cape would have been at 62%. Limpopo would have been at 71.1%. The Northern Cape would have stood at 77.2%. And I'm sorry about Mpumalanga, they've always been aspiring to hit the 82%, and because of progress learners, they've gone below 82.1%. Northwest, they would have been at 84%. The Tel Sufi would have been at 85.9%, which means we would have registered an improvement of 1.6% had it not been of progress learners. The Free State would have been at 87.7%. You would have registered, you would have improved with 3-point-something%. You would have improved with 3.5% if we had not asked you to support progress learners. And the Western Cape, MEC Schaefer, you would have stood at a whopping 88%, had it not been of progress learners. But now let's talk, they are a reality, they are children, we love them, and we are grateful that we did what we did, and we are not regretting. So Eastern Cape, as I said, if I call you first, you're number last. Eastern Cape achieved 56.8, and they dropped from 65.4%, including their progressed learners. KZN, second from the bottom, they have taken Limpopo's position. They stand at 60.7%, which is a decrease of a whopping 9%. And last year, they were at 67%. So which means that failed learners only account for 1.1%. So they would have in any way have dropped with more than 7%. But you must say it's a province because it's the KZN equals to 5 provinces in terms of learner numbers. So which means they would have produced more kids passing in bachelors because they have more learners in their province. Limpopo achieved 65.9, down from 72.9%. Northern Cape achieved 69.4, down from 76.4. It's going up, ne? So I'm on number 4. And provinces that achieve more than 70%, we have Mpumalanga at 78.6, and as I said earlier, had it not been of progressed learners, they would have been at 82. So progressed learners account for about 4% difference of what they would have achieved. Northwest achieved 81.5%. And as I say, almost 60% of the progressed learners have passed. The Free State achieved 81.6. And without progressed learners, we'll be at 87.5. So it's 6% down. Gauteng achieved 84.2. You have it. SABC Schaefer. If it was not that we are consistent with all CM meetings, I would have thought one of my officials told you that you are a leading province. So at least because you attend all meetings, I know no one warned you. So we are proud to say for 2015, Western Cape achieved 84.7, up from 82.4, with or without, with even progressed learners. So with progressed learners, they registered an improvement of 2.5. And again, as I said, with progressed learners, without them, they would have stood at 88%, which would have given them 6% increase in 2015. And the question was, everybody's been asking me to come and account to say what happened, so I'm going to tell you what happened. The 3 biggest rural provinces, KZN, Limpopo, and Eastern Cape, which between them have 53% of our learners. So if anything happens in KZN, everybody catches a flu. When we were calculating results, MECs, before, because I knew trouble was coming from KZN for all sorts of reasons, we stood at 74%. And when we added the results, that's when we went down to 70%. So between the 3 provinces, right, between KZN, Limpopo, and the Eastern Cape, that's where, so just to tell the nation what went wrong, that's where things went wrong. And that's what we need to go back to. So the 5 top provinces did extremely well, and for that we're very grateful and very appreciative. But we must say the biggest provinces did dismally badly, and we are committing that we'll go there. So in KZN, 182 learners, it's KZN only. Northern Cape is 10,000. KZN is 215,000. And Limpopo, which signals that these, as I say, just Limpopo, Eastern Cape, and KZN, I said they made 53%. And the number of learners that failed in these 3 provinces gave us a drop of 9% from 2015. That's what happened. That the 3 provinces contributed to 9% of the drop. KZN dropped with 8.6% from the previous results. No, it's 9% KZN, 8.6% Eastern Cape, and 7% in Limpopo. And clearly, we must pay attention to KZN, Limpopo, and the Eastern Cape if we're to improve the overall NEC picture, because that's where the majority of the children of the nation are. And if we don't do this, our basic education inputs and outcomes may not improve to the extent that we all wish for. So this brings me to the overall results then. For the past 4 years, the NEC pass rate has been above 70%. Initially, when we were calculating, when they said 15, I said, my job is gone. I might as well just resign. I was ready to say, let me phone the president in country and say, hey, old man, let me not wait for trouble. You don't have to. I don't have to fall. Let me tell you, I'm gone. So indeed, I'm grateful that despite all MECs, the fights we had about progress learners and the difficulties that we've had, we still stood at 70%. And for that, I'm sincerely grateful to you for that, because it was tough. And I really have to commend, as I say, our top provinces and also our learners for maintaining the trend. And I hope my job on it. Because this was the largest cohort in the history of basic education. So, ladies and gentlemen, our 2015 NSC overall results pass stands with all learners, progress and non-progress. It says 70.7%, down from 75.9%. And I did ask the office to also calculate to say, if we didn't add progress learners, where would we be? We would have been at 74.1%, which will still have registered 1.1 decline. And again, as I say, with 9%, KZN has 25% of our learners. With 9% down in KZN, we had lost the battle even from the word go. But that represents, in numbers, 455,825 learners who have passed in 2015. So in terms of numbers, we've won the number game for 2015. Because this is the largest number of learners who would have passed in the history of this country, which represents an increase of 51,952 candidates who would have passed in 2014. And so say the pass rate would have stood at 74.1%, which still would have recorded 1.4% down from 2015. So I really want to say to the class of 2015, congratulations. And the number of learners, because that's what we also use as an indicator, Deputy Minister Mduduzi, I hope you have spaces, otherwise, I don't know, in the fall season. That for bachelors this year, we have 166,273 learners who will have qualified with bachelor's degrees this year as compared to 150,773 in 2014. In terms of numbers also, the number of learners passing maths, passing well, we've increased them from 120,523 in 2014 to 129,481 in 2015. And those learners who pass physical science have increased from 103,348 in 2015 to 113,121 in 2015. And amongst those, question or no question, big hot or not big hot, we have more than 3,711 distinctions more. Not only that, more that we've achieved this year as compared to 2015. In 2014, there were 157,913 distinctions which were achieved, whereas in 2015, we have 161,624 distinctions achieved. So the total number of distinctions increased from 59,981 from 2014 to 63,348 distinctions in 2015. But what is more exciting, because the 50-50 It's a very important policy that we have to always report on. 90,227 girl children, as compared to 76,236 boys obtained bachelors. You can see that even in big numbers here. We had some fights during the day with some of the learners here to say, Mama, why does it look like you don't like boys? And I can tell you my only child is a boy, so they have no choice of not loving boys. So the overall pass rate for girls as compared to boys, more than 243,108 girls passed as compared to 2,102,717 boys passed this year. And because we knew, and most journalists will tell, they kept on asking, Mama, what do you think is going to be the pass rate? I said, if it passes, if it increases, then which means I don't know my work. There is no way. There is no way. And that's why I'm surprised that Western Cape did the 2.4. There was no way we could have increased. As a result, from the word go, we planned for what we call the second chance program. So we have a special plea to all those learners who didn't succeed, that this is not the end of the world. We have a special support program to assist all of you who would have not passed this year. We call it the second chance matric program, which is intended to provide additional support to learners who have not been able to meet the requirements for the National Senior Certificate by increasing learner retention, because that's the biggest battle. And the categories of learners who qualify for the second chance program are the learners who are covered. The learners who are covered are those who qualified for the supplementary exams for a maximum of 2 subjects. It's also the progressed learners, because we said only 37% of them passed. We're also going to give them additional support because we advise some of them to modularize the exams, to say if you think 6 is too much, take 3. So we'll give them extra support in the areas which they have not, where they have not written. So we are really encouraging all learners to come for the second chance, and we will be officially unveiling full details of this program director, tomorrow in Tembisa at Ivory Park Secondary, and we'll give full details about how the second chance program would work, because as I say, we did anticipate, with all the changes that we did in the sector, that we will not be able to register progress. And as a result, already for the whole year, we've been working on the second chance, and we're ready to support learners who will not have succeeded in 2015. I thank you.
Is regarded as a strategic program of this government in our quest to promote unity and diversity and social cohesion.
Our conductor once said, Khori, we have the right attitude towards music, and I guess that's why we are here.
Through this choral music festival, we are addressing the social dimension and benefits of education. The government values this project as it resonates well with our long-cherished vision to improve the quality of life for all our people.
Once again, a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to this exceptionally important occasion. Indeed, celebrations are in order. Well done to the class of 2015. Our thoughts are, of course, with those who made it, but also to those who tried. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ayanda Ali Payne. I'm a news anchor by profession, which means that more often than not, I am the bearer of bad news. So this evening, it gives me great pleasure to bring you good news for a change. Allow me to announce the awards for the 2015 Grade 12 Top Achievers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin by taking a look at their coveted prizes from our very generous sponsors.
Top Achievers will receive the following prizes from our sponsors. From EduLoan, a card to the value of 4,000 Rand to purchase textbooks. From IDC, a laptop, stationery and school bag. From Massmart Walmart, prices to the value of 5,000 Rand. From the Vodacom Foundation, a laptop, printer, cell phone and airtime. From FBOB, a gift voucher to the value of 5,000 Rand for study material. From the SABC Foundation, a bursary to the value of 300,000 Rand for successful studies from 2016 to 2019. From the MTN Foundation, a laptop with 2 gigabytes data bundle, including special software should the learner be deaf.
I'm sure many of us are wishing we could turn back the hands of time. I think more so for that data bundle, hey? Those of us who like WhatsApp. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin by announcing the top achievers in mathematics.
Top mathematics learners. In third place, Aravind Arunakirinada, Durban High School, KwaZulu-Natal. In second place, Tejum Park, Rondebosch Boys High School, Western Cape. In first place, Rebecca Haynes, Rustenburg Girls High School, Western Cape.
Congratulations to you. Now, for the purposes of time, I'm going to try and speed things up just a tad so we can get through all the learners and they can be seen on television so their friends and cousins and everybody can see them. I'm going to move on to the next category for this evening. Top achievers in Quintile 1.
Top learners in Quintile 1. In third place, John Sibanda, Motshekga Secondary School, Gauteng. In second place, Dimpo Palani, Mampujani Secondary School, Limpopo. In first place, Mangaliso Dobe, Doli Secondary School, Eastern Cape.
Alala Mangaliso, congratulations to you on the job well done. And I think as the minister said, it is another lady. I'm just saying, if you're keeping an eye on these things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the next category, top achievers in physical science.
Top physical science learners. In third place, Ernest Mulele, Recha Park Secondary School, Gauteng. In second place, Kukoguhle Tsengwa, St. John's College, Eastern Cape. In first place, Hamandishe Matiba, Mbiri Secondary School, Limpopo.
Representing for the gentlemen this evening, congratulations to you and job well done. All right, now this category, ladies and gentlemen, is an admirable one. These are the learners who have achieved against all odds.
Top learners with special educational needs schooling. In third place, Selbiri Kamfu, Rivoni School for the Blind, Limpopo. In second place, Motshekga Maluleke, Rivoni School for the Blind, Limpopo. In first place, Nozipiwo Mdingi, Ifata School for the Blind and Deaf, Eastern Cape.
Well done, Sisi Siyazikhenya ngawe. Congratulations. Moving on to top achievers in mathematics and physical science, let's take a look at the nominees.
Top mathematics and physical science learners. In third place, Aviwe Blackbeard, St. John's College, Eastern Cape. In second place, Kukoguhle Tsengwa, St. John's College, Eastern Cape. In first place, Amandishe Matiba, Mbiri Secondary School, Limpopo.
We can see who's got the monopoly here. Well done once again to you. Congratulations. Top achievers in Quintile 2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Top learners in Quintile 2. In third place, Ernest Mulele, Recha Park Secondary School, Gauteng. In second place, Mpapuri Pinduro, Chibase Secondary School, Limpopo. In first place, Furuferani Mashapa, Chibase Secondary School, Limpopo.
Alala Fulu, well done to you. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the pressure. These kids are too smart for me. I think I feel a little bit exposed this evening. My job is indeed on the line. In the next category, ladies and gentlemen, top achievers in Quintile 3.
Top learners in Quintile 3. In third place, Siboniso Boholu, Tuto Kizo Comprehensive School, Gauteng. In second place, Namhla Juqu, Center of Science and Technology, Western Cape. First place, Mapula Sibati, Dendron Secondary School, Limpopo.
Alala Mapula. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the nominees for top achievers in Quintile 4.
Top learners in Quintile 4. In third place, Amandishe Mativa, Mbiri Secondary School, Limpopo. In second place, Karel Kutsia, Potchefstroom Gymnasium, Northwest. In first place, Simone Yenop, Gelofte School, KwaZulu-Natal.
Well done to you, Simone. Congratulations. I'm overhearing the minister saying the girls are doing it. I think while we're at that, Minister, we must take a look at Amandisha. He seems to have had a tender on these things. He's got too many awards. Congratulations to them. The last category for this evening, ladies and gentlemen, are the top achievers for Quintile 5. Let's take a look.
Top learners in Quintile 5. In third place, Tala Ross, Claremont High School, Western Cape. In second place, William May, Tigerberg High School, Western Cape. In first place, Andrew Tucker, SA College High School, Western Cape.
Well done, Andrew, and congratulations to the class of 2015. That's all from me for now, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to please reintroduce and call back on stage the Deputy Minister in the Department of Basic Education, Mr. Enver Surti.
Thank you very much. It's extremely difficult to compete with you. You've been an extremely efficient program director. It's my privilege now to express my gratitude to all the MECs who are present out here and who are not present for the support that we've received out here. I see the Free State is here, Limpopo is here, Western Cape, and Gauteng. I could share with you that there is this perennial competition between Gauteng and the Western Cape. From time to time, Western Cape would say, well, we've got a better, higher percentage of bachelor's passes, and Gauteng would respond to say, well, we've produced 15,000 more than you did, so let's see who the winner is. But the gap between the two provinces is extremely small. But what we've seen last year and the year before is that Free State and the Northwest could achieve the same heights, or could rise to the same heights. And I think it's a collective effort and contribution to the system of education. It is my responsibility and my duty to thank our DG, Mr. Mweli, for his leadership, the heads of department of the different provinces, the officials who are responsible for a very successful and certainly a very challenging examination, both in the national department as well as the provincial department, to Umalusi for the incredible support that they provided us. You are right there, Mr. Dr. Komitse, I can see you there. And sorry, but we feel a little let down that you've announced the drop in the rates before we did. You took away our thunder, but you've given us an opportunity, a platform to explain. But certainly, I think you are robust in the way you deal with matters, and the reality is that we have challenges and we will continue to have challenges. What we did not mention is perhaps the reality that we've introduced English across the curriculum, because the compensatory marks.
We forgot to mention, it's the top, because we need to have the top learner for 2015 nationally. It's yourself here from Western Cape. Come and just congratulate you as the top overall learner for 2015.
Very, very well done.
So we'll give you details of what makes him the national top learner nationally for all the courts in 2015. He scored the highest scores and the highest results. So congratulations for being the top learner of 2015.
And for the information of the audience, he happens to be a male. And I'm sure Debbie Schaefer will say he's from the Western Cape. And of course, Panyaza Lesufi will say, look at the districts we perform, our achievements. So the contest continues amongst them. So thank you very much, Minister. I think it's a very, we certainly couldn't omit that. It's a reflection of the hard work and the wonderful effort of the learners as a whole and from the individual concern. But I think it's important for us all to support, to thank our sponsors for the support that they provide to us perennially, and thank you very much for that. We acknowledge that. To the teacher unions, notwithstanding Anna, more than 20% did right, with or without you. But be that as it may, I think we have a very solid relationship. And the system cannot work without the collaboration and support of the teacher unions, to SACE and all other entities that are responsible for making education successful. This morning, when the minister addressed the learners, she says, what we require is positive energy. And indeed, we recognize the challenges that we have, but we must celebrate the achievements that we have. To think about it, that more than 9,200,000 learners are fed every day. It's no mean accomplishment. I think it's quite incredible. The fact that we are able to provide learning teacher resource materials free of charge delivered to the school to our learners is quite an advance forward. I just think that the system has stabilized. And the district directors, thank you very much for your support. We meet quarterly for the past 7 years. Every quarter, the minister, the deputy minister, the director general, the heads of departments meet with the directors general to ensure that together we develop an agenda to take education forward and improve the quality of our education. What we've learned about 2015 is that equity matters, that we have to do much more in our rural areas, that there are provinces that require extended support, that we have to extend our hand to those provinces, and together we can do more. There is hope, there is a belief that indeed South Africa can produce the best, and here they are on the left-hand side. Thank you very much to the learners for your wonderful achievement. You make us very proud. To the educators of those learners and the parents who have inspired, motivated, and support them, we say thank you very much. And to the audience, thank you for bearing with us. Kyaleboga, Nkosi. Thank you. You see, now you know where I get my instructions from. My minister says that I would be...
The son of Africa, Trevor Noah, is leaving America in stitches.
I never dreamed that I would